Webisode 57DHXYK October 12, 2025 Jeopardy, presented by Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates. First category United States Solar for All cancelled by 2025. Second category China Clean Energy Electricity travels over 1,000 miles. Third category United Kingdom study shows the rich using wood stoves pollutes all. Fourth category San Francisco wood-burning restaurant needs to change. Fifth category U.S. federal rebates for heat pumps in December 31st, 2025. First category 100. The U.S. Solar for All program provided funds to help consumers buy residential solar panels. Up to how many U.S. households were negatively affected when the program was canceled? First category 100. Established by the 2022 Inflation Reduction Act, the Solar for All program was designed to help more than 900,000 households get access to solar energy. First category 200. What two reasons were given in 2022 under the Biden administration for the U.S. Solar for All program? First category 200. The idea of Solar for All was to reduce the use of fossil fuels, the leading driver of climate change, while also helping participating households to save an average of about $400 annually on electric bills. First category 300. Did the Trump government in 2025 list economic costs to the consumer in calling the Solar for All government program a slush fund and a boondoggle? First category 300. The Trump EPA administrator said in a video posted to social media that the Solar for All program was a boondoggle that would waste billions of green slush fund dollars, but did not mention that canceling the program would cause economic costs to consumers. First category 400. Which veteran government analysts were surprised by the canceling of Solar for All? First category 400. While Trump has often called renewable energy spending a green new scam, even veteran energy analysts were surprised by canceling of Solar for All. First category 500. A Trump administrator criticized solar power as unreliable. You need power when the sun goes behind a cloud and when the sun sets, which it does almost every night, he said. What is the answer to this criticism of Solar for All? First category 500. Solar supporters say these unreliability concerns about Solar for All are overblown and that improvements in batteries mean the electricity generated by solar panels can be stored for later use. Second category 100. How does China power its electric cars and high-speed trains? Second category 100. One electric power line starts in northwest China and connects to Shanghai. That is a single power line. China has 41 others. Second category 200. How does one China electricity line connect energy generation in northwest China to manufacturing plants powered by electricity in Shanghai? Second category 200. In northwest China, where one electricity line begins a vast arrays of clean energy solar panels and wind turbines generate electricity on a monumental scale, and that one electricity line reaches Shanghai, which is home to 61 million people and has some of the most successful electric car and robot manufacturers in China. Second category 300. What is one reason why each electricity line is capable of carrying more electricity than any utility transmission line in the United States? Second category 300. One reason that China can carry more electricity in its electricity lines than the U.S. is because China is using technology that makes its lines far more efficient than almost anywhere else in the world. Second category 400. Why is China urgently upgrading its power grid to move the electricity to where it is needed most? Second category 400. More than 90% of the 1.4 billion people in China live in the east, where cloudy days, windless nights, and sluggish rivers limit the potential for clean energy. Second category 500. Why is there a no fishing sign which has a cartoon of a skeleton being electrocuted and a graphic photo of a badly burned man who was apparently electrocuted near a lake very near an electric line in China? Second category 500. Placement of ultra-high voltage power electric transmission lines is relatively unregulated in China. Third category 100. What study caused scientist researchers to warn that wood burners damage lung function, but the impact is hidden because owners are wealthier and healthier than the average person? Third category 100. Researchers from University College London UCL examined health and fuel use data from 11,000 people taking part in the English longitudinal study of aging. Third category 200. How was lung function and change in lung function over time measured in the research study? Third category 200. Lung function in the study was measured by FEV1, the amount of air a person can forcefully exhale in the first second of a breath. Third category 300. The researchers found that wood burners were more likely to be wealthier with access to better health care at the beginning of the study and throughout the study. Because of their wealth, and beginning health researchers found that people using solid fuel had lower rates of smoking and lung disease, which can mask the true effects of solid fuel exposure. Why did these wealthier individuals have faster rates of loss of lung function over time? Third category, 300. Using repeated lung function measurements over an 8-year period, researchers found that lung function declined faster among solid fuel users compared to non-users even after adjusting for socioeconomic and housing factors. Third category, 400. The daily double. Does this study add to evidence of the impact of air pollution from wood burners on our lungs and point to aesthetics as the primary reason for having a wood burner? Third category, 400. The findings of this research are not surprising, but do help to add to the body of evidence of the impact of air pollution from wood burners on our lungs. It is concerning that the number of homes with a wood burner is increasing, and primarily the reason for having a wood burner is the aesthetic of it. Third category, 500. What do the study researchers plan to research next regarding unnecessary wood stove use for aesthetic reasons by the rich? Third category, 500. The study researchers now plan to investigate whether people living in or near areas with a high concentration of wood stoves, such as the wealthier parts of London, also show increased rates of respiratory issues, such as inhaler prescriptions and hospital visits for lung conditions. The research was presented at the European Respiratory Society Congress in Amsterdam. Fourth category, 100. Why has a new French restaurant in San Francisco sparked a neighborhood feud over smoke from its wood-fired grill? Fourth category, 100. Wood-burning ovens and grills, long seen as a hallmark of fine dining, are now facing growing scrutiny over health risks. Fourth category, 200. Why do some restaurants spend up to $75,000 on pollution control systems to cut down on wood-burning particulates and fumes? Fourth category, 200. Experts warn that wood smoke releases fine particles similar to wildfire pollution and car exhaust. Fourth category, 300. Is it a solution to use exhaust systems that shunt air pollution from wood burning to near neighbors of wood-burning furnace or stoves in restaurants? Fourth category, 300. It is not a solution to shunt air pollution exhaust out of wood-burning restaurants and into the yards of near neighbors, the wood-burning neighbors. Fourth category, 400. Is wood burning in restaurants done for aesthetic reasons? Does wood burning increase the quality of food or its nutritional value? Fourth category, 400. Yes, wood burning in restaurants is done for aesthetic reasons. No, wood burning in restaurants does not increase the nutritional value of food. Fourth category, 500. Why does one professional chef believe changing away from wood smoking food will not affect flavor and taste that much? Fourth category, 500. The professional chef said it is impossible to get the smoke out completely unless you use an electric oven. The professional chef thinks cooks will adapt, and if they feel smoke is needed in a dish, they might use a mozzarella that was previously smoked. Fifth category, 100. Why will there be less clean energy home heating alternatives in 2026 in the Trump United States? Fifth category, 100. Federal heat pump rebates of up to $8,000 based on a sliding income scale will end on December 31st, 2025 at the direction of the Trump administration. Fifth category, 200. Why are heat pumps a clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning for home heating? Fifth category, 200. Heat pumps run on electricity and move heat into homes without generating energy from burning anything. Heat pumps do not burn fossil fuels and do not burn solid fuels like wood. Fifth category, 300. Why does it matter how the electricity that power heat pumps comes from clean energy sources? Fifth category, 300. If the energy that creates the electricity that powers heat pumps comes from industrial, wood-burning air pollution is generated at the industrial plant. Fifth category, 400. Since wood is a biofuel, not a fossil fuel, does burning wood still cause air pollution? Fifth category, 400. Wood burning emits 2.8 times the PM 2.5 particulate pollution as the fossil fuel. Coal burning. Wood burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 particulate pollution as the fossil fuel. Natural gas burning. Fifth category, 500. Does the scientifically debunked theory of carbon neutrality of wood burning justify erasing wood burning air pollution statistics when measuring if air pollution is being reduced in statistics to determine if all countries in the world are meeting their climate goals? Fifth category, 500. No, the theory of carbon neutrality of wood burning now is scientifically debunked. That non-scientific theory of CNWOB does not justify erasing wood burning air pollution statistics when measuring if air pollution is being reduced in statistics determining if all countries in the world are meeting their climate goals. Final Jeopardy category, the aesthetic of wood burning versus public health. Final Jeopardy, does the aesthetics of wood burning justify endangering the health and lives of near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners? Final Jeopardy: no perceived aesthetics of wood burning do not justify endangering the health and lives of near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners who are often lower-income individuals bullied with air pollution from wealthy indoor residential wood burners.